I really do.
Yeah.
Oh, she had it out. I can put it
That was listed.
It's not different. I just put it on.
Welcome to the December 18th meeting of the Oakland Mayor and Council. Roll call.
Mayor Schwager,
Here.
Councilman Bial.
Here.
Councilman Knapp.
Here.
Councilman Kamala.
Here.
Councilman Levy.
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Here.
Councilman Talmini.
Make a motion to excuse Councilman.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You'll notice our borough clerk is out this evening. Unfortunately, she has some family issues, so thank you, Kathy, for sitting in for her. And our attorney should be coming in shortly. And with the weather and the traffic, we don't know what it's going to take. But this time, I ask you to look at your cell phones. Please put it on mute or something. And please refrain from texting because it is disruptive, discourteous, and could be construed as a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. At this time, I ask you to stand, salute to the flag, remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Meeting announcement. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. My report tonight is, well, we're going to start with the congratulations to Ronnie and Larry Levine, who received the award as Oakland's hometown hero for their volunteerism, their generosity, and everything they do for our town. The flower pots around town were donated by Ronnie and Larry. The library would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Ronnie and Larry. I know they're big supporters of Ribery. And we nominated Ronnie and Larry Levine to Josh Gottheimer's Hometown Hero events. They won. They received their award on Monday morning. This past Monday, I attended the ceremony at Holy Name Hospital, and it was just wonderful. Thank you, Larry, and thank you, Ronnie, for everything you do for Oakland. You are truly our Oakland's hometown hero. Hearts go out to all the members of Most Blessed Sacrament Church. I spoke to the mayor of Franklin Lakes. I know all the surrounding churches and synagogues have helped the parishioners, and whatever we can do to help Most Blessed Sacrament. Special thank you to our Oakland, did you go also? The Oakland Fire Department, our Oakland First Aid, all our first responders went out in the middle of the night, early morning hours to help them. And Mayor Vivona has expressed his sincere thank yous to all the Oakland volunteers who did go out and help.
Mayor, may I share something? At my church, it was issued that the pastor of MBS asked that if you're going to make a donation to the church, make it directly to the church and send it to the address of the church, because there are many GoFundMe pages which aren't legitimate.
Oh, interesting.
So-
Thank you for making that announcement.
Okay.
John, I think you also said market for rehab of the church.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting that out. The recycling and garbage newsletter was sent out, and one of the biggest things was recycling, because recycling is on Wednesdays, and this year Christmas and New Year's fall on Wednesday. So recycling that would have gone out on December 25th, which is bottles and metals, will be on Thursday, December 26th, and paper recycling, which would have been on January 1st, will be on January 2nd. Next meeting of our mayor and council will be in the year 2020. It will be the oath of office for myself as mayor, for Councilman Bobby Knapp and Councilman Van Eck. And that will be on Sunday, January 5th at 12 noon. And you're all welcome to come and participate in the ceremony. It's very nice. And with that, I will entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
You wish to speak? You wish to speak? You wish to speak? Motion to close.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The guy with no arms. He can't raise his hand.
Oh. I would say it's a dummy, but no one will know what I'm talking about.
First of all, as a
It's a
dummy,
mannequin.
As a dummy, I take offense to that.
It's a mannequin sitting in a chair, which you will all see shortly when Chief. I get confused, Chief, Captain. I know, I'm sorry. The head of the first aid gives his presentation. Well, right now, we have a proclamation for the first aid squad. And we will give it to you. We did not mount it, with Lisa being out, but we will have it, what we'll do, we'll put it in a frame for you. This is the proclamation. And it says, whereas the John Robert Walker Memorial Oakland First Aid Squad, Inc. was founded in 1954 and is celebrating its 65th year serving the residents of the borough of Oakland, and whereas the mission of the John Robert Walker Memorial Oakland First Aid Squad, Inc. is to provide free emergency medical service to the residents of Oakland through a totally volunteer organization funded by donations, and whereas the John Robert Walker Memorial Oakland First Aid Squad, Inc. provides emergency care and transport for Oakland residents free of charge, provides emergency medical coverage during town events, provides mutual aid to surrounding towns, and provides CPR instruction to the fire department, police department, and other organizations in town. Now, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the borough of Oakland do hereby extend congratulations to the John Robert Walker Memorial Oakland First Aid Squad, Inc. on their 65th anniversary, and wish to thank the dedicated volunteers who have devoted many hours to help the residents of Oakland. And thank you. If you'd like us to take it back, we'll take it back to Borough Hall, and we'll do a nice frame. I do want to sincerely thank you. Unfortunately, both my husband and I have used the services of the First Aid Squad to Valley Hospital. We're regulars there. You are wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I go to so many mayor's meetings, and I listen to the towns that don't have a volunteer first aid squad. They have to pay for the services. We are so fortunate in Oakland, and I can't thank you enough. And I can't thank, Pat now is a member.
Mhm.
You haven't been to my house yet, good
No.
thing. But thank you all for everything you do for us. It's very much appreciated.
I just like to add, I believe last year, the Oakland First Aid Squad responded to almost 1,000 calls.
Wow.
We're on part of that this year, too.
Unbelievable, and it's just amazing. And as an attorney, I have people who come to me when in a paid volunteer, not a volunteer, a paid first aid squad, it's a paid first aid services. If you don't pay right away, they send you to collections.
Wow.
And so I don't think the residents realize how lucky we are here. So
And
thank you.
Mayor, may I
Yes.
add in, I think this is a proper time to say, when you do get that request in your mail for a donation to the First Aid Squad, make sure you're generous. This only goes to keeping our First Aid Squad the gold standard in Bergen County when it comes to responding to emergencies. So I'd ask everyone to be generous, and even if you can't afford, send $5. If everyone in town sent $5, it would be a windfall. So I'm just asking everyone to take the opportunity to give back to the guys who give up to keep us safe and healthy. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. We went a little bit out of order so that if you have to be called out because you're in uniform or you have to leave, but we have a So we will do the minutes right after, but you have a demonstration.
Yeah, so, we'll do that in a minute. Do I have to stand here? I guess I have to
Yes,
stand
yes,
this close.
it's where the microphone
The
is.
microphone's at the
Understood.
ceiling.
Understood. Matt Goodrich, 72 Hiawatha, and Chief of the Oakland First Aid Squad. So I want to thank you for having me here, and on behalf of the First Aid Squad, I want to thank the mayor and council for your generous support of us whenever we ask of it. I mean, I've been chief, I'm going to go into my third year, and every time that we've come here, and we've asked for something, you guys say yes, and it gets done, and I appreciate the kind words from everybody.
This time you brought somebody with you.
I did, yeah, so I have Pete, and I have Lucas, who's going to perform CPR on Pete. Probably maybe 5-6 years ago, mechanical CPR devices came out in the market. So if anybody's ever done CPR, your adrenaline takes over, you do it pretty good for a while, and then you get tired, and then you get in an ambulance, and you do it all the way to the hospital, and that gets really tiring. So they came out with these devices, and our medic units that we primarily use, which is out of Valley Hospital, they have their own. But by the time they get on a call, it's 10, 15 minutes, and at that point, whatever's going to happen has been determined probably already. So I reached out to Stryker, who makes the Lucas. I met with their rep, and they gave us a loaner unit, which is what this is. This is their newest model. It's called the Lucas 3. And what the First Aid Squad did was we trained on it, and then after we took possession of it, I trained the police department on it, and now it is in their possession, except for right now, because the police are the first ones that are on scene. So if it's about saving lives, then they should be the ones that have it first. We're looking to buy one for ourselves, and if the police get one, I know that they put in for a capital for it maybe next year, then it's an easy swap. So a Lucas device is just like a defibrillator. Once it's on, it doesn't come off until a higher medical authority says take it off, which means if the police use theirs and it's on and we're going to transport to the hospital, then we're going to give them our Lucas, and then we'll do a swap when we get back in town. $16,000 for a Lucas, give or take a few bucks, which means if it goes to the hospital in the ambulance is not leaving the hospital without it.
Good to know.
I will leave a backboard there, I'll leave some other stuff there, I'm not going to leave $16,000 because it will absolutely grow legs. So, all right, so let me set this up. All right, so this is Pete. Can I take this table here and slide it out a little bit?
Everybody, that's Pete.
This is Pete. I don't know why Pete wants to live, I mean, he's got no arms.
Man, I've got your driver.
Got my driver lifter. All right, so Lucas is a backpack, all right? So easy to carry, rechargeable batteries. One battery will last about 45 minutes. So
Is
if you're
it
doing CPR,
rechargeable?
yes.
The battery is
Yes.
rechargeable.
So the way that it works is you have this little backboard here, we'll make it easy. All right? And Lucas just clicks in. Okay?
I don't know which camera we're on, but maybe,
So,
Well,
so
do you want
that's
me-
the body.
Correct.
okay.
So what you do, the body's lying there.
Right. I hope the cops didn't. Oh, good, there it goes. But they're going to put a dead battery in it. All right, and we're going to set the plunger, so we push this down. Then we just push start. So, Lucas, unlike humans, doesn't get tired. Lucas will keep going. So you can set Lucas, so for those of you that are CPR trained, I actually think you'll all be CPR trained in the coming year, because we're going to do something with that with all the
We do?
employees in town.
You'll have to teach us.
Yeah, so the way that CPR goes is 30 to 2, so 30 compressions to 2 breaths. So you can set that, and it'll beep and it'll stop. It'll allow you to give 2 breaths, and then it goes back to doing 30. It has a continuous compression rate, and so that's when the medics are there and they intubate, because then you just keep going and you give a breath every 5 to 6 seconds.
Can everybody see?
And their hands are usually up.
Right. So the way that it works, I mean, so somebody with arms, you would actually take their arms and they would strap it up here. So it's almost like they're holding the device on themselves, which means you could use this and you could put them in a chair and carry them upstairs vertically, and it won't fall off. And there's a strap that goes behind their head that'll hold it all together.
That's down for 2 breaths.
That's stopping for the 2 breaths, and it's going. Right. And then, so this has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so we could actually take the data from here and send it to the hospital. So it shows you everything that it's doing. So
And what day did this pick up?
What's that?
What data does it pick up?
It tells you all your compressions, your depth, your rate. It tells you, so once the medics come, they hook up their monitor. It'll give you the end tidal, all sorts of different readings on where the patient's at. I mean, so keep in mind that when you're doing CPR on somebody, they are dead. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. Sometimes you save somebody. I mean, the percentage isn't that high. It's around like 6-7% of cardiac arrest patients we can actually get back. But I will say this, that one of the most rewarding things, and this just happened to me last month, I was at Segovia for dinner and we were waiting at the bar with some friends until we got a table. The lady taps me and says, "You're on the ambulance squad." And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "No." She said, "You saved my life."
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And I said, and as soon as she said it, I knew her address, I knew what date it was, I knew what time I was there. So that's a rewarding thing, and that's, I mean, I've done CPR a lot, and I don't really have many saved because I just, if it's their time, it's their time. But, so for that one time, it makes it all worth it. It makes it absolutely worth it. So, questions?
No, but explain to them how this works with the AED.
So you could fire this thing up. So we've deployed this once so far in Oakland, with not a good ending result, but that's, again. So as soon as this goes on, you could start this and you could put your pads on.
Could you just explain what an AED is? For the
An AED is a defibrillator. All right, so if somebody has a rhythm that's shockable, the AED will read that and it'll shock. So when you put the AED on, you listen to the prompts in the AED. So if it says stop so they can analyze, you just push pause. You let the AED analyze, and then if it says it's shockable, the unit charges in seconds and you shock. And then you go back to CPR right away. So that's, I mean, so it works hand in hand with everything else that we use for this. The only thing that this does is, one, like I said, it doesn't get tired, and it's more so of a safety issue. I would much rather have this in the back of an ambulance and have my members sitting on either side of this patient rendering care than standing over somebody in a moving ambulance like this. All right, it gets tiring. It does, and it's, I mean, it's unsafe, but that's just part of the job. So.
And we normally only have one person in the back with
And normally you
with
have
the
medics
EMT.
back there too,
Right.
and sometimes the medics, I mean, we'll have the Valley medics, so they'll have their Lucas, but again, that's a time thing, so by the time they get to us, if the Lucas wasn't put on already, it's probably too late for that
It's a
person.
long ride,
Yeah,
Valley.
yeah, it's a
And
long
the
run.
plunge is the recommended depth?
Correct, 2 inches.
2 inches.
Yeah, and that could actually be changed. So the Lucas can't work on everybody. Obviously not on small children.
What's that?
Somebody that's obese. Jesus Christ. I mean, so if somebody doesn't fit within this board or just a little bit over,
Oh, it doesn't
then we
stretch?
can't click it in.
Okay.
So the board does not stretch, no. And they actually made this wider than past models. So,
Gender neutral
yes.
and children?
Depending on their size, yes. Yeah. So this thing has to be able to go down and compress. So if you bring this thing all the way down and you get a beep, then it's no good and you can't use it on that person. Yeah. So like, I mean, if I go like this and I'm looking out and I want to start,
Oh, wow.
so anybody that's that low, I can't do anything with. So they would just get manual CPR. So the suction cup is a very strong suction cup. So the whole point of CPR is to compress and allow the chest to fully recoil back up. So with this, and obviously whenever we're doing this, there's no shirt on anybody. It actually suction cups to the skin, and it pulls the skin up with the whole chest cavity. So it allows for that full recoil, which
Oh,
is
great.
so
And they're how much, 16,000?
16,000 and change. Yeah,
And change.
that's correct. So and I'm not here on behalf of the first aid squad asking for the town to buy the first aid squad one. We are going to buy one regardless. It is what it is. But I know the police put in for one, and it would be a good idea for them to have one. So that's it.
Thank you so much.
That's my
Thank
Oh,
you.
my goodness, that's amazing.
All right. And also, I know I'm not standing at the podium now, but the mic could probably hear me. So our new ambulance is being built currently. I actually just got progress photos of it today. So it's painted, and it'll be in New Jersey in January, and to us by March.
Wow.
So
So everybody on the first aid squad will know how to use it?
everyone knows how to use it, correct? Correct. And then I have one more thing for you guys too, because it's show and tell. So last month, you guys were generous enough to give us a check for ballistic gear. So I have one set here that if everybody wants to see it, you can actually feel how heavy it is.
Oh, my God.
28,
That's the
24 pounds?
27 pounds.
27.
So that's the world that we live in now.
Feel it?
Volunteer EMTs with
You
bulletproof
want
vests.
to see this? I can't even lift it.
Imagine.
This is bulletproof.
Oh, you dropped
that's-
something.
My Pat's dropping
That's
parts
mine.
out of the bulletproof vest.
What
That's
did you
mine.
drop?
That was in there. That's an electrical thing.
Oh,
It's got nothing to do with
All right, it's
this.
lighter now.
It's much lighter.
Hey, Matt, do you want to explain why you need this gear so that people understand?
I can, yeah, I can. So obviously, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to pack this thing up here too. Everybody say goodbye to Lucas.
bye, Lucas.
We weren't able to save Pete, but we gave it a valiant effort, so. Okay. All right, I will stand at the podium and I will explain it to you guys. So, all right, so active shootings happen, right? And they don't happen in your town until they happen in your town. And for as long as I've been on the first aid squad, which this is, I guess I'll go into my 6th year now, we've talked about this at public safety meetings and OEM meetings that, we'll do something. And, so the past year, I made it my mission to proactively do something, because I can't keep hearing, we'll talk about it, we'll do this, because one day it's gonna happen. And I don't wanna be the guy the next day saying, well, we talked about it. So I looked into this stuff, I reached out to Rich, and I talked to Chief Zanzari about it, and I put all my members through training. I think all but one member went through what they call RTF training, which is Rescue Task Force, which is training for warm zone active shooter. So the zones are created when the police can engage a target. So once they have a target, now they have a hot zone, a warm zone, and a cool zone. So we're trained to go in warm zones. So we have police with us. We go in with as much bleeding control gear that we could carry, and we go in and we stop the bleeding. I think, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but somewhere 60% of active shooter victims die from bleeding out. So if we could go in and try to stop that, if we could save lives, then that's what we do. And we have a handful of our members that are willing to go into an active shooter scene and do what they have to do. So that's, I mean, it's sad that it's the world we live in, but it is what it is, so, yeah.
Thank you.
So, all right. All right, thanks, guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Brian just
You
walked
missed
in.
the
Can you show
best-
Brian?
Wait, do it on him. Put it on.
How heavy is it?
Heavier than you, Brian.
Wait a minute, let's go, put the vest on the lawyer, and then,
Thank you, and
Get Chief
congratulations.
Zanzari
yeah.
down. Press the button.
Matt, thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Kind of happy you came, aren't you?
I'm
Appreciate it.
wanted to be here.
He's delighted.
Is this a good time for me to exit?
You could,
Do you want me to stay?
you could.
I don't like to watch you on TV so I can curse at people.
Once again,
We don't do that here.
you were doing good until then.
I think I don't know what these are. Your minutes, mine, I don't know what I said.
Need help,
No, I think,
Matt?
yeah.
All right, guys.
A lot of stuff.
Have a safe night.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we have minutes from November 26th. It was a special meeting. Their motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
And we did the proclamation, and we did the first aid squad demonstration. Our raffle license 1378 is for the Wyckoff PTA Coordinated Council. It will be on January 25th, 2020 at Portobello's, and it's a casino night.
Excuse me, Mayor. Recognition for Al Nittoli.
He's not coming, the crow's crossed off.
Oh, I didn't have.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't see that?
Maybe down here.
Oh, no, it's on the
He's
one,
sick.
it's actually on the new one that's on there.
Oh, the revised,
If you go
you see
back
the
out.
updated.
Yeah, go back out. of
He's not well, he's sick also.
this.
He's gonna come in January.
Close that. Right.
Okay, 1378, motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Raffle license 1379 for the Wyckoff PTO Coordinated Council,
So
Inc.
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Raffle license 1380, Portobello's, it's the same night, Wyckoff PTO Coordinated Council.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public hearing on adoption of pre-qualification regulations. This is, we have to have a meeting, public hearing on the adoption of pre-qualification regulations for general restoration contractors, which will apply to the anticipated bid for the interior restoration, the historic Van Allen House. Do we have, can we have her speak?
Yeah, I was going
Would
to
you come
suggest
up
Mayor
and
Pointer Hickey
have
come up to the
anything to
podium.
say about this before we open to the public?
So, I think this is our third time doing this. So, we're pre-qualifying for general restoration contractors to move forward with the interior work now that the exterior work only is at the punch list, actually. We're waiting on railings for the front steps, and some touch-up paint. So this work will focus on, well, we put the budget together a while ago, and I don't know if you guys have bid projects recently, but prices have gone up. So what I'm going to do is do a top-down approach, since the second floor got damaged with all the roof damage that was there. Put that as the focus, and then do a bid alternate for the first floor. And then if we need more funding, we'd go back. I recommend going back to Bergen County and New Jersey Historic Trust for additional funding. But let's bid the project. The numbers have been all over the place. But this is the first step. The New Jersey Historic Trust actually require, and Bergen County both require pre-qualification, so that's why we're here doing it.
Thank you. This has nothing to do with the Stream House.
No, Stream House. Do you want an update on the Stream
Yes,
House?
I do. I put that right up.
Can I do it while we're doing this?
Can we?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so our drawings are done because we needed to do them in order to get your SHPO approval to actually be able to take the thing down. We had to talk to DEP because we were working over an open stream. They approved that project. We didn't actually need any approvals from them based on how we were approaching the project, so they were perfectly happy, which was an amazing thing. We went down to Trenton. I think that helps when you meet face to face and say, don't relax, everything will be fine. And then, of course, we were told that the stucco was tested in the 90s and it came up with asbestos. We confirmed that. I wasn't really going to rely on something that was 30 years old. We had our environmental people come out and test. They also found asbestos around some piping on the furnace, the old furnace that was in the basement. So I just got their drawings. So they sent me their drawings. I wasn't happy with them. I sent them back. They sent me a revision late last week along with their specifications. I need to do one more review. We need to coordinate, and then we can go out to bid. So early next year, early in January. That would be my.
You think we could go out to bid?
Yes, yeah, we're almost there.
Wow.
So.
And then after the bids come in and everything is done right,
Right.
you know, with the bidding and they're hired, then what?
Then, so it's a two-part process, right? So the environmental remediation contractor, which would be a sub to the general contractor, has to come in and remove the stucco and the asbestos off the piping in the. It's actually, I think, insulation around the unit or in the unit that's down there. They have to remove that, and then the contractor can come in and take the building down. And what we're going to do is taking it down to the level of the masonry, and we're building a small shed roof on top to protect what's going to remain.
And we'll have a lot of advance notice to notify everyone.
Yeah, I don't know how much notification you need to do. I mean,
Well, I have a lot of people want to watch it.
Then that's so.
You know, like the Tappan Zee, remember the Tappan Zee Bridge, they had a big ceremony?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, I have
Okay.
residents calling me, yes.
So we would do the. I think that's something maybe at the pre-construction meeting with the contractor, if you would like to attend.
Yes.
We can talk about the timing of that. We would not be able to have anybody on site when they're doing the remediation. So any kind of official event would have to be either
Right.
before all the work starts or after that.
We
component
were
is done.
planning on actually having viewing stands at Favorite Brothers Park.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a couple of days and it's going to be gone.
Okay.
So it's not going to take much. It's the remediation that is the main
Right.
problem. So
Is there going to be any encapsulation for the remediation of the asbestos or?
no, it's full removal. They
Okay,
just take it
very
off.
good.
Yep.
You're not expecting it to put up much of a fight, are you?
The building?
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, a good breeze, once that stucco comes off, may actually take it down.
Can you ballpark when you think this is gonna happen? Roughly what?
If we bid in January, right, then we give them a couple of weeks to bid, we're looking at a contract award possibly at your February meeting, so once.
Late
like-
February, early March?
Yeah, I would say more March, you know, the weather gets a little bit better and a little bit more predictable. Right now, it's kind of tough to do anything outside.
What are they gonna do to protect the stream?
They have to build like a little platform in which to work. That's it.
Over the area that any debris could go
Yep,
in? And
yep.
if debris does go in,
They have to take it out. I mean, they have to be very careful about what
They'll
they
give
do.
you a
So
fishing
you can't
wire.
work during a high water event or anything when the stream's moving quickly?
That's correct, right, yeah. But the thing is the asbestos is really the key fabric. That's gonna be the flyaway stuff, and they have certain procedures that they have to follow anyway to prevent that from happening.
the danger with asbestos is inhaling it, not coming in contact with your skin.
No, it's the inhaling, and it's a different procedure, right? So I'm not, this is why we hire outside consultants, because I'm actually not allowed to even inspect the removal of asbestos. But there's a different procedure for exterior versus interior and the type of asbestos that's on
Whether
the
it's
building.
friable or not.
Yeah, so this is more like your asbestos siding. As a
Okay.
residence, if it was a residence, you could take it off, double bag it, and off you go. So it's kind of that procedure, but because you're a public entity, you have to follow a little bit more stringent procedure, but it's not that crazy. Yeah. And then the other piece is inside, and so that's a whole other procedure, but it's really a couple hours worth of work, it's my understanding.
Just a quick question about the original restoration was done on the Van Allen house.
Yes.
It seems as if there's some leakage taking place in the far left-hand side of the building, coming down the walls. I don't know if this has been addressed or not.
I'll look at that. It's been a while since I've been out
Yeah.
there because they've been poking at the punch list.
Okay,
so.
because this is the original.
Yeah, no, I
And
understand
a
what
lot of
you're talking
lath is
about.
coming down. There's still some-
Okay, I'll take a look at that,
Right.
yep, no problem.
Thank you. So
Okay.
now we have to open to the public. Could you just stay in case
Absolutely.
anybody?
Yep.
Anybody? Motion to open.
Motion moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wish to speak?
Motion closed.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So
Sure.
now we have the resolution, which is 19344, adopt pre-qualification regulations. And it's required to establish for projects financially assisted by the New Jersey Historic Preservation Bond Fund, Garden State Preservation Trust, or Bergen County Open Space Trust Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes, absolutely.
I thank you so
No,
much for
thank you.
coming. I thank you for the update on the stream house.
Yep.
And we look forward to working together.
All right,
in
thank you very
2020.
much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you,
Happy
thank you,
holidays.
Margaret. Happy holidays.
All right, I am going to read the resolutions. If you wish any pulled out, let me know. 19318 is the resolution urging DOT to install flashing warning lights, as you know, due to the many, many accidents on 287. 19333, authorized consent to TWA application for Valley Stables for the alteration of an existing subsurface sewage septic system for the facilities located at 588 Ramapo Valley Road. 19334, authorized municipal alliance grant application FY 2021, and it is for the fiscal year 2021, in the amount of Dieter, $7,988, cash match, $1,997, in-kind, $5,991. 19335 is authorized refund of taxes due to duplicate payment. That's Block Lot 48055, Michael Haight, $2,597.44. 19339 is a resolution ratifying collective negotiations agreement between the Borough of Oakland and the Oakland PBA $164. 19,340 is authorized accrued time payout for Gary Fury, who is a retiring police officer, for sick, vacation, personal, and compensatory time accumulated in the amount of $21,354.59. Resolution 19,337, authorized accrued time payout for Jay Norrie, Joseph Norrie, for sick, vacation, personal, and compensatory time, $2,891.70. 19,338, authorized Boswell Engineering for LED signs, not to exceed $6,500, broken down as follows: design phase $4,000, construction phase $2,500. 19,340 is hire seasonal labor for the Department of Public Works, Brian Morrisroe, effective date December 23rd, 2019, at a per diem salary of, actually it's an hourly salary, $12 per hour. 19,341 is authorized transfer. Is this a go? Yes?
Yep, transfer.
Authorized transfer between budget appropriations. We have to do this at the end of every year. The current funds from $10,200 to $10,200 for tax collector, permanent part-time, street and road and sewer and wastewater. And sewer funds from $6,940 rate stabilization to sewer, electricity, $6,940. 19,342 that's the one.
That one's off.
That's
We
all.
don't need that one.
Cancellations. 19,343, authorizing Gnoli Engineering survey for the headwell repair, Andrew Avenue, not to exceed $6,225. Survey, $3,575. Alternatives analysis, $2,400. Deliverables, $250. 19,345 is authorized refund of recreation fees. This is for basketball, Bob McNamara at 7 Sienna Way, in the amount of $70. And 19,346, authorized refund for overpayment of tax lien, and the amount of $27 to MTAG Custodial for ATCF 2nd New Jersey LLC. Does anybody wish any pulled out? If not, motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes, definitely.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes. Mayor, I just have one question for Mr. Yukimic.
Yes.
Will the DOT on the flashing light get back to you or the borough administrator, or how's that work?
If I could defer to Brian, I believe the resolution is written that a copy is to go to elected officials, governor, state senators, et cetera. I don't know the answer to that question, Councilman.
That's the bottom line.
Perhaps Brian can help me out with it.
But I think we'll be able to make sure at least that it's evaluated, that we will get some of these funds.
Yeah? Okay, thank you.
Okay, ordinances. We have a final ordinance. For each one, we will open to the public first. 19,792 is amended ordinance subdivision and site plan design. Is there a motion to
So
open to the
moved.
public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? Motion closed.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to amend ordinance subdivision and site plan design standards.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
19 Code 800 Recreation Fees. There is a list of the following fees shall be charged in connection with participation in the borough's recreation activities, adult sports. If you go through this list, you don't realize how many sports we really do have in our recreation. It's amazing. Adult sports, baseball, basketball, rec and open camp,
And the
cheerleading,
rest.
football, golf, roller hockey, tennis, soccer, softball, wrestling, travel baseball, summer sports camps, mountain bike program, special needs football, special needs cheerleading, volleyball clinics, TGA Hall Day Sports Camp, TGA Full Day, I guess that was half day sports camp, TGA Full Day Sports Camp, TGA Full Day from August 10th to August 14th Cheerleading Camp, Spring Break Half Day Camp, Spring Break Full Day Camp, and lacrosse. Motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak?
Motion to close.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion?
Make a motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
19 Code 801, this is the water and sewer rate. Borough of Oakland operates a water and sewer system as a municipal utility, which must be self-sustaining. And effective January 1st, 2020, each customer shall pay a minimum charge of $36.56, which is different from the number there. Do we have to change that? Since it's, look at the ordinance, Brian,
Pull it up.
please.
Yeah, something's askew.
The numbers don't match the wording.
What's the number? No.
It says a charge of $36.56, and it's, and in parentheses, the numbers are $49.04.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get it.
4904 is what it should be in words.
And the same thing later on, where it says a rate of $12.19, it says $12.68 in numbers.
Yeah, the number is what it should be.
So what do we do?
Brian, is that
It's,
the minimus?
no, it's the minimus, or what you know, it's just a typographical error. So I would correct the written aspect of the number, and then, let me just pull it up here.
Same thing in the last line of that paragraph. A minimum of $146.24, yet the numbers say $152.14 per year.
Yeah, Mayor, I think the numbers were updated, but the words were not, so the words should match the numbers.
Right.
Well, but Brian, how do we do that?
No, I would, this is on for adoption. What I would suggest is you adopt it with the change, and then we would ratify it next year, because we want this on the books for January 1.
Correct.
I'm just concerned how it was published. So I'd rather make the change now, adopt it so it's on the books, and then ratify it again next year.
Ratified via resolution?
No, a new ordinance, unless the ordinance can wait till next year.
Really can't, that would pose a problem for the finance office.
No, then adopt it as it is.
Adopted with the numbers
with-
and not the words.
Correct.
So everybody on your copy, on your iPad, cross off the words.
We can cross out all the words.
And
and
just keep
use
the numbers.
Yeah, because it's a, you know, when you look at the minimum charges, you see it says 36.56 and 49.04 numerically.
It's 3 spots on that, in that
Right.
paragraph.
Yep,
And
yep,
I'm
I
just
see
looking
it.
at the rest of it. It looks like we'll have to check it, but it looks like the others agree.
Right, it's only in that section, I guess, the minimum charge under for the sewer charge.
All right, with those changes in the words as amended, I'll open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the motion will be, how should the motion be read?
The motion is to adopt the ordinance as amended to reflect the correct charges in section 13-10.2.
Who wants to say so moved?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Who seconded that? I'm sorry.
Who made the motion?
Who seconded it?
Lou.
Oh, Lou, okay, thanks.
Levy.
Councilman Levy.
Levy.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Work session items? None. New business?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
I know we spoke about this, so I don't know if we took any action. On Skyline Drive, I happen to be on Skyline Drive today, and I noticed when you get to Passaic County, the yellow line
It's in
is
process.
grooved,
Yeah, it's-
but not in Bergen County. So,
It's being, maybe John can, but yes, it's
We're
being.
trying to address that, yes.
Yeah, address it.
Yeah, we're trying to address it. We're in contact with Tom Connolly to install that and along the shoulder lines and some other gripping pavement, perhaps some warning signs, because as you know, there was a fatality up there, I believe, a month or so ago.
Right.
So we're working with Tom, we're working with the chief to install the safety measures that are appropriate up
now,
there.
they don't have to mill the whole road to do that, right?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
So they can do the yellow line and they can do the fog line also.
I'm sorry, the what line?
Fog, the white line, the fog line?
Fog line.
It's an age thing.
Shoulder.
I never
Shoulder.
heard that.
Shoulder line. I'll have to write that
Police department calls
down.
it the fog line.
They called the fog
Yeah, they
line?
do.
No.
I never
Well,
heard
back in the
that.
30s they did.
This way the horses
Yes?
won't go off the road.
Right.
Oh, that's
Orange
right,
West,
I
please.
remember.
Did you ever hear it called fog line?
I stand.
Oh,
It's
okay,
Switzerland.
all right. Does that satisfy your,
Yes, I'm just concerned because it is.
it should be
I'll
yes.
tell you, driving that road today, I kept looking ahead of me to make sure nobody was coming over the line. It's dangerous.
Yes, it is.
All right, so
Thank you.
we'll keep on top of that, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, old business,
Just one piece of old business, Mayor.
yes,
Just want to tell everybody Allerman Brook is done. So,
Nice.
wow,
finished project on schedule.
nice,
Great.
thank you for all your work on that. Very much appreciated.
Thank the engineer, thank the contractor.
Mayor, one thing.
Yes,
Just, Mr. Coons, has any progress been made on the rooming house ordinance at all?
I
that
know
you?
Brian is working
That's
on
Brian.
a
That's
draft
me.
ordinance. We're in the process of scheduling a meeting with Brian, myself, and John Whittakin for January to talk about that, also fire prevention ordinance and Airbnb, all kind of wrapped up. And we'll be bringing that up probably late January, early February to the governing body for its consideration.
interesting, I was in court tonight in Moonachie, and one of the issues was an Airbnb, and they have a very strict ordinance. And the town, which is the borough of Moonachie, if you violate the ordinance, you get noticed, and then you have 5 days to remediate. If not, you get fined $200 per day. The owner of the property is up to $15,000 in fines.
Wow.
So you may want to check with Moonachie too, as a sample.
Yeah,
There were a
also
lot
let us-
out there for the Airbnb.
Yes.
I also had a good conversation with somebody in Hackensack about it. They also have a very strong ordinance as well, dealing with rooming houses and short-term rentals.
So one of the officers said, well, maybe we should contact Airbnb. I said, I don't think they're interested.
Mayor,
But we will keep you, keep contacting me, and we will keep you posted on what's going on. And we will have a draft ordinance probably in January. And then we would love your input on it, since you are directly involved. Thank you.
Mayor, one other question.
Yes.
We were gonna, Brian, I think we were gonna, or maybe Rich or the two of you, we're gonna put a letter together to the store owners in reference to the bollards.
I actually did that. I don't know if I sent it to Rich.
No, I was actually going to ask you about it because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Wow, well, it is,
So, yeah.
Oh.
We actually
No,
are adopting.
I probably didn't send it to her.
I
I'm
do
gonna be
that.
doing it.
Okay.
Well, let me blame the person who was supposed to have sent it. Press
Right.
send.
Brian.
Yeah, once you finish, you have to hit the send button.
I have done that. I've done that.
Oh, my draft file is
Okay.
loaded with.
Anybody else? Council committees, we'll start with Councilman Kamala.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is we had a rec commission meeting last Monday, and something came up, which there were several residents there. This came up 2 meetings in a row. It has to do with the way that the rec fees are broken down. So the idea was that myself, Mr. Guadino, would like to meet with the Borough Administrator and CFO to kind of have a breakout. They like to see something that's online, exactly where cap fees go and how the whole rec fee breaks down, for what the people are paying for. And hopefully get that posted on the website. The only other piece of other business I have is I just want to, obviously, this is my last council meeting. I want to thank the residents of Oakland for entrusting me for the last 6 years. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you, the residents of Oakland. And to quote something from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I want to simply say, so long, and thanks for all the fish, and with that, I'm going to Disney World tomorrow. So, thank you.
Speaking of recreation, as you know, next year, there are openings on boards and commissions and committees. And we really encourage all people interested, all residents, to put in a citizen leadership form. In the past, it's been very unusual to get people, many people wanting to fill a position, a single position. This year, I've received a lot of requests to fill the rec commission seat vacated by Al Natoli, who would have been here tonight but is sick. So we will see him in January.
Okay.
He is resigning as of December 31st. And so he has an unexpired term to fill. People ask me how, and it is a mayor's appointment. That's one of the few things the mayor gets to appoint without council approval. And so because there have been so many people interested in filling that position, in January, I will be getting all of the citizen leadership forms that have been submitted to the borough, and we will set up interviews, and we will talk to you and figure out, I'll have a couple of people there to talk to you. I will sit there, and that's how we will fill the position for the rec commission, to fill the football slot. Football has been, we have to really improve our football program. I met with the football coach at Indian Hills High School, and it's something that we really have to work hard to improve. So with that, I'll go to Councilman Vialli.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank the Oakland Senior Club for inviting myself, the mayor, and Eric was available to come to the Christmas party, holiday season party, and it was exceptional. They put on a demonstration of line dancing for us. I have videotape of it,
Yes.
so.
I put it on Facebook.
It was excellent. The food was over the top good, and my wife asked me, whoever made the fruitcake, please, if you can get it into my mailbox in town, the recipe.
Oh, not the
Because
cake,
as we remember from when we were kids, fruitcakes were usually hard as a rock, and you could use it for demolition. This one was so moist and absolutely delicious. So I was given a wrap to take home, and my wife and I had a little bit of it, and it was absolutely delicious. So if anyone has that recipe, please send it over. The line dancing class continues with the volunteer instructor Edith, and it'll be on Friday, December 20th, which is the day after tomorrow. Historian Kevin Weiss will be hosting a presentation on Thursday, December 19th, that's tomorrow, at 1 p.m., on the history of Christmas traditions. We'll be holding bingo on December 26th at 1 p.m., and they'll be hosting an end-of-the-year New Year's Eve holiday party on December 31st. Doors open at 11. Cost is $5 per person, and registration is now open. The party includes a lunch buffet, sparkling cider, and toast at 12 noon, and music and dancing. On the DPW side, obviously the guys were out yesterday during the evening and trying to keep up with the ice that was coming down. I had a circumstance this morning on my way to work. A lady up the block coming down, walking her dog, watch out for the black ice. She hit the black ice, went down. I helped her up. We recaptured a dog who didn't go too far, but we got him back. And yeah, you just got to be careful out there when we have black ice on the roads. But the DPW did a great job in prepping the roads for the ice conditions that we had. As the mayor said, recycling will be put off from Wednesday the 25th to December 26th, and paper will be put off from January 1st to January 2nd. And I've been in touch, and Rich and myself and Bobby knows we were trying to get some additional lighting availability from Rockland. So I've been in touch with former Senator Bob Gordon's office. He now serves as a commissioner on a BPU, and they're going to reach back out to me. And there's one of the commissioners that is also a councilwoman, and she will be touching base with me after the holidays to discuss what we can do to make more lighting available for our streets. So I know there are issues, and if you have an issue, you've complained about it, we noted it, I've responded to a few of the residents, and we're waiting for Rockland to come and make the changes that we asked for, so we're moving forward on that.
Thank you.
And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just want to say, I'd like to congratulate Eric on his 6 years of service for the town. When you're working here, we're all diligently doing what we can do to keep Oakland, Oakland as we know it. And Eric did everything he could to help us out. I appreciate his input in the last 6 years.
Thank you. Councilman?
Yes, I'd also like to congratulate Councilman Kumala for his numerous years of service. I know Eric keeps his ear to the ground. Residents go to him, and he follows through with it. And we're going to miss him. And hopefully, in a short while, you'll come back on and help us some more.
Okay, who's gentleman's leaving?
I'm sorry? Well, every year we have people opening.
That's you.
Oh, next year? Well, don't come back next year.
Well, got to take some time off, man. So you're good.
Thank you, Mayor.
I was wondering if that was your announcement.
No. But I do have a very important announcement.
Yes.
Save your styrofoam. During the holidays, you're going to be getting, I'm sure, big packages with styrofoam containing expanded polystyrene EPS packing. Save the styrofoam and bring it to the Hackensack Yacht Club, 50 Schaefer Place, Hackensack, New York.
I don't know what that is.
Saturday.
Hackensack, New York.
Hackensack, New Jersey.
And there's a yacht club in Hackensack.
Yes, there's a yacht club in Hackensack. 50 Schaefer Place, Hackensack, New Jersey.
Are we going sailing?
There's a port in Hackensack.
There's a submarine in that.
There was.
Where the submarine is?
It's gone.
They're going to make it
USS Lane.
It's gone, right.
Anyway, the Bergen County Styrofoam Collection Drive is going to be held December 28th, 2019, and Sunday, December 29th, 2019, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Very important. We need to keep this out of our environment, so please don't throw it away. Save it and bring it to the Hackensack Yacht Club. If you need additional information, you can email sjbergenhub@gmail.com. No peanuts. Don't bring the little styrofoam puffy peanuts. I don't mean peanuts that you eat. I mean the styrofoam packing peanuts. Thank you. And no food containers. So please consider it. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. I did not attend the Shade Tree meeting this month because it was on the same day as the Flood Commission meeting due to the storm on the first Monday. The Flood Commission did meet. We'll be meeting again on the second Monday at Borough Hall. The Shade Tree Commission will be meeting on the first Monday of January at Borough Hall. The Planning Board will be meeting on the second Thursday in January, right here, starting at 7 o'clock. And c'est fini. Everybody have a great holiday season.
Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. So let's start with police. This is my my public safety night, second meeting of each month. So message to the residents from, try that again, from Chief Sinzeri. Now that winter's here, snow is falling as it did insanely today for about 6 minutes. The Oakland Police Department would like to remind all residents that it's your responsibility to clear all sidewalks and fire hydrants located on your property of all snow and ice. This is to be completed within 24 hours of the end of the storm. By shoveling your sidewalk and clearing snow from around the fire hydrant, it creates safer walkways for children and other pedestrians. It also gives the volunteer fire department better access to the hydrant in case there is an emergency in your neighborhood. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. For further details, you can refer to Oakland Borough Ordinance 12-5.1. So for the month, on the chief's report, a couple things the police did, and I like to publicize this because it's just things are really good there. So they did what they call a book with a cop, and that is the police officers went to the schools and they read police-related books, age-appropriate to, this time was third graders. All of our public schools and Gerard Berman Day School took advantage of the program. It was very beneficial for the students to introduce themselves to the police and the police to introduce to the students and to help get them over the fear of the police in uniform. They were involved in Touch a Truck, as was our fire department, our DPW, and our first aid squad. So that happened in November at some point. There was a cybersecurity presentation that the Detective Bureau attended at the library. The Detective Bureau provided local insight into the problem and suggested steps to residents that they should take to protect themselves from scams and further frauds. The police department, along with the fire department and the ambulance people, were at the Toys for Tots in the center of town at Bush Plaza, which was run by Community Commerce Chopper and his group. But it was really the Marines that come through on the train, and they collect gifts. They give out gifts to the children. I this year was unfortunately not able to make it, but from what I saw on Chopper's Facebook page, as usual, it was a very, very good success.
2,000 toys.
2,000 toys. So that's good. So police, for the month of November, had 460 motor vehicle stops, 18 radar details, and 11 traffic enforcement details. Through all that, they issued 594 summonses. They performed 47 school checks, responded to 40 burglar alarms, answered 143 911 calls, responded to 41 fire calls, and 64 ambulance calls. So for the year so far, the police have answered 17,328 calls for service, and it is a lot, and they're doing very well, so kudos to those guys. Fire department's report for the month of November, 41 calls, 697 hours. Year-to-date, 352 calls for 9,079 hours. Total calls, drills, training for the year, 392 events and 9,306 hours. Fire department the 14th did the Santa detail where they collected quite a bit, a lot of toys from the residents, and what they do is they give those toys to the PBA, who has a local toy drive, and they give it to residents within the borough that are less fortunate for their children. So the fire department for years has done that, and we're very happy to continue helping the PBA. It's a great joint effort. They also were at the tree lighting and delivered Santa to the tree lighting. So more community involvement. The ambulance corps, first aid squad, 64 calls for the month of November, 128 hours just for the month. For the year, calls for service, 759 for 1,518 hours. Calls for service, drills, training, and so on, 805 events. Total hours volunteered to the borough thus far, 14,214.5 hours. So that's just astronomical. And Pat, I thank you for being on the first aid squad. My wife was on it for 15 years. I know what it's all about, and you know, it's one of those things, most of the time, you're not seeing people in their best, so, but you're helping them get back to their best. They also participated, like I said, the Toys for Tots, and then I guess they did a Meet the Squad at Columbia Savings Bank. Were you at that?
Yes, I was.
I don't know what that was, so.
Meet the
They just-
squad.
They just handed out information about the squad, and if anybody wanted to join,
Oh, okay, good.
they were given, you know, application to, and, you know, talk about what we do.
Okay, very nice. So, again, I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday season and be safe.
Thank you. Motion to open to the public.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close.
So moved.
Favor?
Aye.
Bills to be paid. Well, Councilman telling me he's not here. Is that you?
I guess it would be, but I don't,
Here you go.
I forgot he wasn't here, I'm sorry. My bad. Total bills to be paid, $1,543.36.
So moved.
Total bills already paid.
No, those total bills to be paid.
About
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry, bills already paid, $343, or $343,085.42.
Yeah.
Frank, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bill?
Yes.
Councilman Knapp?
Yes.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
A motion to adjourn.
Motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate, a very happy, very healthy New Year. And the next meeting will be held on January 5th, 2020, at 12 noon, and it is the oath of office here. Hope to see you then. Good night.
Give me one minute.
We'll see you around.